Well, welcome to a new Team CGC 9.8 video. So today I wanted to delve right into Spawn comics. And, one of the things that you hear quite a bit talking to Spawn fans, which I kind of do quite a bit on Instagram and things like that, is you hear this like, oh, there's so many amazing covers in the first 150 issues of Spawn. And they're so right. There's so many awesome covers, kind of non-key issue covers that somewhat go underfollowed and underappreciated, I think. So I thought it would be a good video, to kind of go over Spawn comics, but not really go over kind of the key issues. Like, obviously I brought out, Spawn #1 in the newsstand, which I totally recommend as a great key issue. First appearance of Spawn in the newsstand. It's really rare. I got Spawn Batman here in the CGC 9.82. Great to have that one as well. But kind of wanted to focus on some of the more underfollowed issues here. And, show you the covers, and I'll just, get them up digitally here. And so I want to forego the homage covers. So obviously, like from 221 to 231, there was some really cool homage covers. McFarland has great homage covers. So not including those in this list. This is more, I want to, basically they're all from issue 1 to 150. Even in the first 10, 20 issues, I didn't really focus on. Those are all, I feel, really classic McFarlane issues for the most part. And it's hard to kind of choose just one or two. So kind of more focusing on the underfollowed, awesome Spawn covers from, anywhere from issue 1 to up to 150. And yeah, again, there's just so many cool ones to go over. So I think there's 19 altogether. And again, mostly non-key issues, even like Angel Spawn and some Angela covers. I left those out because those are almost more obvious key issues, I think, that are really cool. So these are more like underfollowed kind of key issues I just think are really cool, really collectible. For me, like, this is a list that I have that I want to hunt CGC 9.8s of these books, because usually these non-key issue Spawn books in the CGC 9.8 are like $70, $60, so quite affordable to have like these really awesome covers in like the super high grade. And obviously the raw copies I think are quite cheap too if you can find them. So let's get right into the list here. So first book, really awesome Spawn cover, Spawn number 32, kind of an underfollowed one. It's a Capullo McFarland cover. And it's shredded, really kind of shredded cape with the sun in the background. Looks really cool, kind of the Capullo McFarland signature prominent. And, again, kind of not a key issue, but just the cover so cool. And I could totally, this is so wantable in like a CGC 9.8. This book, Spawn number 32, looking like one of my favorites. Next one is Spawn number 43. So this is, you kind of get his whole cape in the cover, and it's kind of a grayscale background somewhat with a lot of bats. And again, Capullo McFarland team up cover, classic. Kind of got love the ones where, with the signatures prominent. It's just so nostalgic how they did their signatures. So Spawn 43, really cool cover. Next one is Spawn number 46. So this is the only sort of non-Capullo McFarland cover out of the whole bunch. It's a Kevin Conrad cover. Honestly, a really cool cover. It's kind of just a classic Spawn pinup type cover with kind of green lettering and green powers kind of in his hand too, which goes really good with the green lettering. So yeah, this is, again, another just underfollowed one, Spawn number 46. Just a really cool like Spawn pinup, like that classic, where he's just standing there all, tall and proud Spawn. Next book is Spawn 50. So I included this one. It's a Spawn number 1 cover homage. Really collectible. I know in the CGC 9.8, I kind of regret passing up not buying one, and then it sold like a day or two later, and I didn't jump on it. So this is one I'm looking for. Spawn number 50. Spawn number 1 cover homage on this one by McFarlane. Spawn number 54 is the next one. The first sort of like cool black Capullo McFarlane cover, I would say. He's got like smoky green eyes, black cover with lots of shadows, cool cape. So this is kind of, I would say, the first sort of classic black Capullo McFarlane cover, because they started to just do some amazing ones on this list, so we'll get to those too. Spawn number 68 is our next cover. Capullo McFarlane team up, this one. It's the winter cover, and you get a really good shot of his cape. Classic winter cover. There's a couple other classic winter covers throughout the range too that are really, really cool covers, I think. This one probably the best one out of them. Spawn 68. Yeah, classic winter cover. Next one is an issue that I really love. I'm super nostalgic about this one. I remember buying this in my comic store when it first came out, the day it came out. Spawn 87. It's a Greg Capullo cover only, so no McFarland team up on this one. Just a classic Spawn pinup, to be honest. Yeah, just Spawn tall and proud on the cover. Capullo number 87. That one is. Next book is Spawn number 88. This is the Halloween Spawn. Very collectible, this one. Kind of the Jack-o'-lanterns, McFarlane Capullo team up. Yeah, such a cool one to get. This is definitely on my list as, if this kind of if any of these issues kind of popped up in Canada in an auction or something, and I was able to get them for a decent price, I'd pretty much buy them. But yeah, I love the Spawn number 88 Halloween cover. Next cover is Spawn number 90. This is a really classic black cover. Yeah, I would say, that first one, which was Spawn 54, that was a really cool black cover, but this one just really, takes the cake. It's kind of perfecting having the black cover with a pin-up style Spawn on the cover. Yeah, kind of with the black cover with the lime green. Looks really cool. Spawn number 90. This is one, yeah, I'd totally buy this in the CGC 9.8 at a decent price, right now, if I could. Next one, Spawn number 95. So 95 is kind of the fiery version of 90, I would say. Classic black cover. Spawn pinup, Capullo McFarland team up. Great cover. Yeah, this is another one that I just basically want straight up 100%. Next one is Spawn number 96. You get a lot of lime green in this cover, a kind of close-up of his Spawn powers. And McFarlane Capullo team up on this one as well. And yeah, really collectible. A lot of these too, I think this one too, I looked on the CGC census yesterday, and there's 9 of them in the CGC 9.8. Because there is one on eBay of this one actually right now, Spawn number 96. If you want to check that out, but really cool kind of lime green powers coming out of Spawn's hand with a very cool art on the cover. So next one is Spawn number 100. So the one I'll kind of recommend is the Capullo variant. The McFarlane variant's cool too with the 100 on the cover. But just with the number 100 on the cover kind of takes away from it a tad maybe. I like the Capullo variant a little bit better maybe. Spawn number 99 is almost a Capullo cover, is very similar to the Capullo variant of Spawn number 100. So we'll call it, yeah, even Spawn number 100 or Spawn number 99. Really both cool, kind of classic Capullo Spawn covers. Next cover is Spawn number 110. And a lot of cool covers after 100 too. It's hard to really choose one or a couple here for this list. But this one has kind of 3 wolves, a bit of a wintry style, really classic kind of, standing up kind of like the on a gargoyle kind of thing, classic Spawn pinup. Oh yeah, really cool one to get if you happen to find this one at a good price. Next one is Spawn number 112. Yeah, this I thought was really cool. Kind of has the lime green label with the lime green eyes. And it is a Capullo McFarland team up too, so classic Capullo McFarland team up. Similar story on Spawn number 114, which I also like too. It's got some skulls and the green glowing eyes, with kind of a well placed kind of Capullo McFarland team up signatures on them, and I love their signatures. It's just super nostalgic for me. I just think how they did their signatures. So whenever they're kind of prominently placed awesomely on a cover, it kind of just stands out for some reason to me. So Spawn 114, yeah, another really good Capullo McFarlane team up. Spawn 115. This is probably, one of the cooler ones for me, that really stand out as one that I didn't really appreciate it when I was younger. I don't even know if I saw it when I was younger, to be honest. It's easy to kind of miss an issue here and there. But it's kind of a brown scale cover, really cool, kind of silhouette Spawn with his cape on the cover. Yeah, super. This one really stands out for me as probably, one on the list that I would really, really want to grab in a CGC 9.8 specifically. Next one is a Spawn number 130. This is a classic. It's a Greg Capullo cover only, and it's you get the clock. There's the kind of a vintage clock, and he's on top of it with the chains everywhere. So yeah, a really classic Capullo cover. Spawn number 130. Spawn number 133 is another just Capullo cover. No McFarlane team up on this one, as with 130. 133 though is a classic kind of fiery Capullo pinup of Spawn. Just Spawn kind of tall and proud on the cover with, you know, some fire, and yeah, just a classic Capullo cover. Looks really great. And the last book here, and it's actually two books because one character specifically in this book. Spawn number 136 is a Capullo McFarland team up, and probably the coolest Violator cover out of the whole series, to be honest. Really cool. And it's kind of cool too because Capullo had went on a run where he did the issues alone, and then on 136 McFarlane came back and did this really cool Violator cover with Capullo. If you're like into Violator, the other awesome Violator cover is number 14, and number 4 is like the Violator cover out of the first 10 issues, and number 2 is first appearance of Violator, but doesn't have him on the cover. But and yeah, that's it for the list. So yeah, I wanted to focus, as I said, on kind of underfollowed Spawn comics, not the obvious keys, you know. Obviously, I do recommend Spawn number 1, especially in the newsstand, as a kind of investment grade book. If you can get in the CGC 9.8, even better. I think that'll be a great book, kind of, if you have a long-term time horizon, and just to have it as a great pride of ownership. But again, yeah, you hear so much that a lot of people say there's so many great Spawn covers in those first 150 issues. So I really want to make a video and go over more of those underfollowed ones, and I totally agree. These covers are amazing, especially for me being, you know, just kind of growing up in the 90s, and that's when I liked comics the most. And that's when I was first introduced to comics, and Spawn was a big part of that because the colors were just so vivid, and using a lot of those new digital techniques really made the colors pop compared to like kind of 80s and even early 90s comics, and Spawn was at the forefront of that. And yeah, these covers are so ahead of their time. Even now you could throw so many of these covers on, you know, any book nowadays, and it would just be modern and fresh, as, you know, it would pass for a 2019 you know, art for sure. Okay, that'll be it for this video. Glad we could go over some of those underfollowed Spawn issues. If you haven't already, I'd invite you to join the team and subscribe to Team CGC 9.8, and hit the bell, get all their latest notifications. That would be awesome. Still at the early stages of this channel, so want to get all the subs we can get. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Really fun going after all these issues. This is basically my like want list of Spawn CGC 9.8s, of cool cover Spawn CGC 9.8s that, you know, I'll be searching you know, on eBay and over the internet in the next couple weeks and months for sure. So yeah, glad to kind of share these awesome covers with you. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.